Participant of. Probably somewhere in the near future I will, but it's just I'm enjoying myself and I'm prepared for whatever outcome may come between Mr. Michaels and Mr. Stone Cold.
Next question.
Stone Cold, don't you feel like take him down, that take the boxer down and stretch, that you prove the toughness of the professional wrestler other than the entertainer?
You want to try that one again, please?
Oh, was he? Oh, shit.
You asked if I think I can beat Mike Tyson?
That's right.
Wrestler versus boxer? Hell yeah.
No. He's dreaming.
If he got a pair of gloves on, he ain't got a chance. By the same token, when I get through with Shawn Michaels, and that's the most important thing on my mind right now is that belt. After I get through with Shawn Michaels, I'd love to fight Mike Tyson with a pair of gloves on because I'd beat the hell out of him.
If you're lucky, you may get the hell beat out of you tonight trying to get that belt. Must be nice.
Do you think that if you were a white man, you'd never have been convicted of that so-called rape?
John, those questions aren't even creative. And you're reading from a script. Anybody got a legitimate question?
You guys do?
No, we don't. We're very good ad-libbers. We don't need scripts.
Hey, Vince, can I ask you a question then? Is
No.
Mike Tyson the first convicted rapist in the WWF family?
Okay, next question.
Here we go.
Play with me a little bit.
Mike, there are other pay-per-views down the road, other big cards. Do you guys see this as just a one-shot deal, or would you like to do stuff with Mike going into the summer, into the fall, depending upon his status in terms of his suspension?
Mike Tyson is the hottest free agent, to my knowledge, in sports history. And he is largely the reason why most of you are here. Would I like to do more with Mike? Absolutely. Mike Tyson is the hottest thing in sports. No question about that. So Mike, involved with the World Wrestling Federation, brings the attention and the focal point to the WWF so that our fans certainly understand what it is we do and greatly appreciate it. Many members of the media really don't understand. Where do we belong? Do we belong on the entertainment page? Do we belong on the sports page? So we're somewhat of a hybrid, and therein I think a lot of misunderstanding is to where we belong. It doesn't matter where we belong. What matters is, are people entertained with what we do, and does everyone have a great time at it? And of course the answer to that is yes, they do.
Mike?
Oh, right over here. Bob, you got the mic there, please.
Stone Cold, you've been a loner all your wrestling career. How are you going to deal with D-Generation X? Who's going to back you up at WrestleMania?
Ain't nobody going to back me up because I don't need anybody to back me up. Like I said, I got a ton of respect for Shawn in the ring. Hunter, he's got a bad will. He's kind of he's recuperating. China, I don't know what to say about that. But I go in the ring by myself, and they can bring whoever the hell they want. End result is going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to open up a can of whoop ass, and Shawn Michaels is going to eat it one way or another.
You know something? You can talk about everybody else, but when it comes down to it, Steve, it's going to be you and me. I don't need any help. I didn't get where I got.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I need a bunch of help. It's going to be you and me. And Steve,
I'm going to be there too, just in case.
Oh, Mike, I know you're going to be there.
Yeah,
don't
just
you worry.
remember that.
Just don't get too close, son.
Okay. Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm like the sun. You want to just keep staring, but if you ain't careful, it'll burn your eyes out.
I know.
Mike Morrison, Access Hollywood. When do you think we'll see you boxing again?
I'm just preoccupied in the WWF right now, and I'm here. You know, I'm not boxing at this moment, and I'm pretty much expelled from fighting. So I'm just here riding on the coattail, enjoying myself.
But are you looking forward to that day?
Well, you never know. If the day comes, I look forward to it. I'm just keeping my life preoccupied.
What if it doesn't come?
Well, I'll be happy. Trust me, I'll live. You know, I'm not bigger than boxing. Boxing doesn't need me, but I can survive without boxing, just like boxing can survive without me. Brooklyn.
Hardcore matchup.
I think there's going to be a little bit of everything in that match. It's going to be, you know, I'd like to wrestle Shawn, but it's going to turn into something much more than that. Because when you go into WrestleMania, which is the biggest show of the year in wrestling anywhere in the world, it's going to be a hell of a match. And I don't know how long it's going to last or what's going to happen. It's just going to be, it'll be the damnedest match I've ever been in. And I can say the same thing for Shawn Michaels. And like I said, with 100 in China's there, it doesn't really matter. I am going to beat his ass, and I tell you that right now.
Over here.
Hey, Mike Tyson, Brian Kilmeade, Fox News. Mike, how will this affect you getting reinstated, and have you checked with the Las Vegas Boxing Commission to make sure that this won't hurt your chances of being reinstated in July?
Well, I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing to violate their code of morals or ethics. I'm just living my life.
So, like, you trust Don King?
Huh?
You trust Don King?
Oh, it's you again. Okay.
Mark Ratner, we've had many conversations with Mark Ratner in terms of how Mike Tyson would be a part of the World Wrestling Federation, and they've been very, very cooperative and have absolutely no problems whatsoever with Mike being associated in any capacity with the World Wrestling Federation.
I don't think anyone's addressed the question. Steve Austin wanted Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson wanted Steve Austin. Why did that match fall through?
I don't know that there was ever a match made. As
There
far as I
wasn't
can
a
tell, I
match.
saw two guys making Nimrods out of each other on TV, pushing each other back and forth, and then I saw a bunch of reporters jump to the conclusion that Mike Tyson was going to be wrestling Steve Austin. The rules are real simple. You win the Royal Rumble, you get a shot at the champion at WrestleMania. That doesn't change him. Mike Tyson can stick his nose in Austin's business whenever he pleases. The fact of the matter is, it was never, ever said, as far as I'm concerned, that Stone Cold and Mike Tyson were going to fight. The winner of the Royal Rumble fights the WWF Champion at WrestleMania. That's me, and that's him, and that's where it ends.
Which is not to say...
Captain Lou.
Mike, Paul Antonelli from the
Captain Lou, yes.
Staying in the field of professional wrestling, this thing is going to be a successful, a multi-mega event. Would you consider staying in the field of professional wrestling instead of going back to boxing?
Well, anything's possible. Sure, I gotta eat. Anything's possible. I got 5 kids. Every check counts.
Mike, Paul Antonelli, Castle Daily Mail.
How you doing, Paul?
Good, how are you? When you were younger, you said you were a big fan of the WWF. What attracted you to the WWF?
Probably Bruno Sammartino, the Valiant Brothers, because Bruno Sammartino more so because he was quiet and always strong, but I always liked the Valiants because they were very flamboyant and ostentatious, and that's, it was, you know, it's a major alluring product there, and sure, 500 million people don't lie.
Hello? Stuart Flint, New York Post. Mike, are you going to learn to holler like these other two?
What was that?
Are you going to holler and scream like the other two? You're a bit quiet.
Well, I'm not fighting, that's why.
Besides, I don't remember raising my voice. We're just stating fact. You know, you can sit here and poke fun and do whatever you want. I challenge anybody and everybody in this room to tune into WrestleMania. And if you can watch Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels go at it and not give us credit for being the athletes we deserve, then you sure as hell don't have any business writing about sports at all.
Vince, what kind of bump do you think Mike's presence in this WrestleMania will have in terms of the pay-per-view sales?
I think it'll be tremendous.
You got a number you want to attach to it?
No, I wouldn't want to guess a number. I just know it'll be very, very successful. This is some indication, obviously, of how successful it will be. And again, with Mike there, it'll draw more attention to the athleticism and the showmanship of the athletes in the World Wrestling Federation, and more attention to the World Wrestling Federation in general.
See, Mike, who would have won in this
Oh,
fight?
God.
You or Ali?
Michael, Bill Phillips from ESPN. Mike?
Sure.
Mike, ESPN.
I can't see you.
Right over here. Right over here. Vince, all due respect, we've sat through the ceremony here, and we appreciate you having us, but it just, with us all gathered here, we'd appreciate if Mike could just answer the one question as to what finally ended the relationship with Don King.
That's not why we're here today. You know, and Mike said that he would address, I think he just said a few minutes ago, he would address that.
Well, he said that to one particular individual. I mean,
Well, I
we're all
don't know
gathered
you.
here.
I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. You said ESPN. I knew it's ESPN. I knew the owner for years. I never seen you before, and I express it to people that I'm well acquainted with. And if you want to know, maybe you can ask Mr. Reisman or Mr. Katz after they release their story.
Well, could you address us while you're here today?
I'm right here.
He just said when he was going to make a comment, and I'm sure everyone will pick it up.
Vince?
Yes.
Vince, Bruce Beck, WNBC TV New York. We've seen Mike as a fan. Then we heard he was going to be a referee, and then a combatant in this WrestleMania, and now he's an enforcer. Will he end up as an enforcer, or will this change again?
All I can say to that is stay tuned, as we would expect everyone to. I mean, anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. His role may change. It may stay the same.
ECW and WWF?
No.
No.
I'm sorry.
over here.
No, the question was, have you thought about an interpromotional match for WrestleMania?
Mike Wells from WRGB Albany. You said that you wanted a bigger role in WrestleMania. Does that mean that you want to wrestle? And also, are you being paid $3.5 million for your guest appearance in March?
Well, probably paid a little bit more than that, but I'm just here to do what's necessary to enforce the confrontation between the two wrestlers here, and if necessary, I don't know basically what if getting a big part. A big part is actually participating in wrestling, and that's not my intuitiveness to be here and be involved in wrestling. But you never know. They may say something. They may say something about my wife, call me nigga or something. I just may totally change, and anything can happen. So.
How much more than $3.5 million?
Hey, you never know. You should participate and find out.
Mike, do you think it's fair you should get all that money when there are professional referees out there, wrestling referees that don't
If you get the mic, I can hear you, sir.
Please pass the microphone. There you go.
Do you think it's fair you should get all that money to ref a fight such as this one when there's so many professional referees out there for the WWF?
You know, out of the top 10 pay-per-views of all time, not just all time, all events, not necessarily sports, but all events, the first 6 are mine. Can any referee do that?
Right here, please.
There you go.
Mike over here. Riccardo Romani from Italy. Hi. And how you consider your shape right now? You've been doing things that just being confident that in the summer maybe you can get your license restated?
I'm pretty fat. I'm 242 pounds. And I get in shape. I lose 20 pounds probably in 6 weeks. So I'm just basically, that's nothing for me. If I was 270, then that would be a problem. But 240 is nothing to lose.
See, Mike, if that girl didn't want to have sex.
Extra television, Guy Helson. Your management in boxing, you probably haven't been too happy with it in the past. How is WWF treating you?
They're not involved with my management, and I never had any complaints with my management concerning Rory Holloway at all. Rory Holloway's still involved in my life. He's like my brother, but I'm just talking about, as far as this, I'm not being managed by anyone. I'm just here to participate and being paid for my services to indulge in this particular field.
Are you happier being in the wrestling world or the boxing world?
The boxing world, we have issues, personal issues to deal with in the boxing world. I've been associated with that since I was 12 years old, and knowing most of the boxing writers, the proficient boxing writers that are in here, knew them when I was a teenager, 14 or 15 years old, and it's just different. I'm pretty happy here because it's pretty new, and I'm happy with the WWF. I'm very happy.
Okay, thank you.
Mike, you're getting whatever you're getting for the WrestleMania, but as Vince said, you create a huge bump in viewers. You're going to probably add God knows how many 100,000 viewers. Do you think if you had some management or representation to negotiate for you, you might have gotten more money?
Well, I didn't do this from a money point of view. I was happy to be down with the program.
So you're just doing this to stay?
I would have did it basically for relatively nothing. To be honest with you, it was originally done for less money, and someone added more money, but I was happy to do it for the amount of money that was first offered to me.
So this is just kind of like a goof. I mean, it's nothing that you're doing to make a living.
Well, I don't know. I enjoy wrestling a great deal, but I don't want to get hurt either. You know what I mean? You can get. I don't want to.
You know what, Chubby? I've been doing it for 13 years. I'm wearing a $20,000 watch, so it ain't a bad living. You know what I mean?
Mike, would you like to have your own strap?
It's okay, handsome.
Mike, how far would you go to keep it clean? How far will you go to keep it clean, and will you disqualify one of these two guys if you had to?
Well, I don't know if I'm in the position. I don't know if I'm in the position to disqualify anybody, but I'm in a good position to kick some ass if necessary, without getting in trouble, of course.
Mike, I have 2 questions for you.
One would be, do you think that, maybe not just in your experiences that we've heard about most recently, but in boxing generally across the board, do you think that the government should be involved in legislating boxing?
I think the government should allow boxers who are capable enough and educate them in how to control the organization of boxing. But I don't think no government should govern a total sport that's never been governed before. It would just kill it. I'm just interested in basically in just getting involved with WWF. That's my life as of now.
My other question is, granted, Vince showed the videotape of Muhammad Ali, and everybody in this room respects what he's accomplished, but he did so much to advance human interests around the world, and you were a great historian, may still be, of the boxing game, but as a kid and when you were coming up into boxing and becoming the #1 ranked boxer of all time, is this how you envisioned your career would go, that you'd be sitting here with WWF?
Yeah, I never thought they would be interested in having me, you know, because what kind of pervasive type of reputation I was receiving from certain people that I don't think had my best interests in heart, and I didn't think they would have me, but I was just appreciative to be a part of them.
Are you saying in some sort of way that Mike's involvement with the World Wrestling Federation is beneath Mike in some capacity, or beneath the boxing world in some capacity? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm suggesting that some people who desire to reach the top of their profession and would like to carry their belts with great pride, that when Mike was 15, 16, 17, even in 20, when he won the heavyweight title, that he envisioned himself having to venture into another sport and not continue to be the great boxer that he was.
Gee, as far as I can remember, I believe the man was 20 years old and the youngest world champion ever. So it seems to me at 20, he sort of accomplishes goals and he can do whatever he wants after that.
You do have some brains, I see that. I see that.
We have another questioner from Boston, I understand.
This is Hezakya from Community Newspaper Company. Mike, this is for you. Training for wrestling and training for boxing are two completely different animals. Have you had any training yet? And if so, who is doing the training for wrestling?
Well, I'm not too interested. I wasn't participating in involving myself with a wrestling match by any chance. And I don't, like I said before, anything's possible with these two nuts, but trust me, there's cheers, there's bats, there's a lot of miscellaneous objects close by to the ring to help me in a situation.
Here.
Again, the Ring Radio Show, WGBB. My question is for Mr. Austin and Mr. Michaels. You both suffered serious injuries within the past year. I want to know if you're going into WrestleMania at 100% physically?
At 50%, I'm better than anybody in this industry, so I don't have a problem.
Woo! Hey, Mike, do you think Clinton should step down from the presidency?
All right. Wait a minute. Why don't you answer?
He should become emperor.
Never had sex with a big fat girl like Monica Lewinsky.
A couple of months ago,
Nobody found out.
A couple of months ago, I got dropped on my head and damn near paralyzed. I was paralyzed for a minute and overcame all that. I've overcome a bunch of injuries in my career.
You'll get dropped on his head again, too.
Shawn Michaels at 50%, you can't lace my boots. You know that as well as I do. You're going to need to be 100%, son. Put your little knee braces on and all that. 50% ain't going to cut it.
I'm ready to go. I'm just saying, at 50% on my worst day with the flu, hungover, I can slap the taste out of your
You want
mouth.
some crack?
We'll find out.
Can we get a picture of you guys hugging?
Mr. McMahon,
Hello? WGBB Radio. Shawn, is this the greatest press conference you've been involved with? You've been involved with WrestleMania the past couple of years.
Well, I mean, WrestleMania, I'm always involved. It's always big. Big news and big things tend to follow me. And that's cool with me. That's why I'm the icon. That's why I'm the showstopper. That's why I'm the main event. And that's why I have one of these and no one else does.
Okay, Mr. McMahon, George Napolitano from Wrestling All-Star Magazine. Mike has said several times right now that he would like to get into wrestling. Are you ready to make him a substantial offer should his boxing career, say, finish?
Again, I'm thrilled that Mike is associated with the World Wrestling Federation. This is the land of opportunity. Anything can happen.
Hey, Mike, you ever appear on the radio at the Howard Stern show?
Yes. will? Yeah. And I'll be there if I can kick your ass. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, what do you have Tigers being a Vegas home? I'm just curious.
Taking Mr. McMahon's objections on board, can we ask Mr. Tyson once again, has he got into training for this by kicking Don King in the face, slapping him, shoving him in an encounter outside a Los Angeles hotel, and has he severed his relationship with Mr. Don King as a result?
I would never strike anyone. You're talking about the wrong man.
So this never happened?
I won't strike anyone outside of a paid profession, no.
So you didn't,
I won't even make a fifth if you don't pay me.
So you didn't kick Mr. King in the face, slap him and shove him?
You heard what I said.
Do you still have Mr. Holloway and Mr. Hall as your co-manager?
But you heard what I said.
Well, it's a different question. Do you still have them as your co-managers?
It's a time for a different questioner.
So you're denying this happened? That's all I'm asking.
I've hit no one, sir.
Mike, are you concerned in the grand scheme of things that boxing aficionados won't consider you one of the great of all time since you're participating?
You know, let me, man, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
To be honest, quoting the great Pete Rose, if they don't put me in the Hall of Fame, they shouldn't have a Hall of Fame.
Stone Cold, Corey Heller from Total TV. Are you happy with the publicity you've been getting since the Tyson incident last Monday?
Well, I was doing just fine without it, but do things with Mike Tyson is fine with me. But I would have been successful before I met Mike and after I met Mike. This is all cool with me, but it really doesn't matter in the scope of my career.
Because you're an uncouth imbecile. You can't get along with people. You can't function with people. You need to be nice to people. You always want to hurt somebody, want to kill somebody. Try loving somebody.
We might as well set up Austin Tyson, man.
Mr. McMahon, this is the culmination of professional wrestling. Where are you going to go after such a big event as WrestleMania 14? What's next?
WrestleMania 15.
But with Mike Tyson on the card, I mean, where can you go after this?
WrestleMania 15.
Bob wraps it up, I think.
Mike, what does beer taste like?
Thank you guys very, very much. There will be some one-on-ones. We thank you very much. We invite you to join us at WrestleMania.
I'm going up. Who I got? Fuck. You lost in a good sport, baby.
Do I have to wipe out?
Shawn.
Right here, champ.
Steve. Mike.
Like shit pants. He's sick as a dog.
Hey, Tim Smith. Have you seen our photographer? We have a photographer.
Mike, how do we get a hold of you? Jeff Wall?
Well, let's make this.
We should try and get him out now. They go out. He's over there. They go out.